everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be reviewing and doing swatches and a first impression of, drumroll please, the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. So this palette has definitely been sought after and it is currently out of stock on the Morphe website, but there is a restock coming soon, which is why I wanted to do swatches and a review for you guys so that you are ready when that restock comes around, and if you want to get your hands on it, you do. So we are going to do a first impression, a little bit of swatches. I will include a full swatch video at the end, and we will even create a little fun eye look just to see how the shadows perform. So starting with the palette, this is how the palette comes. All of the packaging is beautiful. It's got this silver and white theme going. On the back there's a really sweet message from Jaclyn. For any of you that don't know, Jaclyn Hill is a huge YouTuber. She is one of the first YouTubers that really blew YouTube and the makeup community up. She really kind of put everything on the charts. You guys probably hear me say this in a lot of my videos, but she is one of my favorite YouTubers. I will link her channel down below. Make sure to check her out. She's absolutely wonderful. So when we open up this palette, it comes super bubble wrapped and it is very comfy cozy in its little packaging. So we pull it out and we have this card that comes with the package. It's not in the actual package, it comes right next to it in the little box. It has all of the shade names, as you will see. Opening up the palette, again we have this beautiful silver and white theme. We have the Morphe emblem right here. We have Jaclyn Hill's signature. On the back it says Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. Opening it up, we have a little plastic insert that keeps our shadows nice and clean. And we have this really sweet message from Jaclyn here at the top. So no mirror, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I suppose, depending on how you feel about mirrors. I personally don't mind because I don't really like mirrors in my palettes. Not that I don't like the fact that there's a mirror, but I just don't really see myself using those mirrors. I have my like little mirror here that I use for everything. So honestly, the fact that this doesn't have a mirror doesn't bother me at all. And then you open it up and here is the palette itself. It is gorgeous. Just looking at it first glance, I mean, wow. I mean, Jaclyn's been working on this for 2 years and I think she outdid herself. I know whenever we talk about like Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, there is usually a little bit of controversy, but personally, I don't buy into it. I really don't care. I think Jaclyn's adorable. I think her channel's great. And I don't think she's ever steered me wrong. And I think Morphe makes pretty good shadows. And they're definitely affordable. And I don't really have anything negative to say about Morphe. I'm sure a lot of people do, which is fine. I have no codes, no affiliates, nothing like that. I'm also not opposed to using affiliate codes. I mean, listen, if it saves me money, it saves me money. And that's great. So in the palette we have 35 shadows. We do have shadows ranging from matte to sparkle and glitter and all that good stuff. So we will talk about that. So just by looking at the palette here, you can see how it's broken up into little sections. So we have like blues and colorful colors here. Then we have some greens. We have a lot of mattes right here in like the dark brown, dark chocolate. Oh no, I just dented my first eyeshadow in the palette. That is so sad. Anyways, right here we have the like matte neutral browns. Right here we have some beautiful pink glitters. And we have glitters scattered throughout as well. Right here we've got some bronzy glitters. Over here again we have those nice matte shades. These are like my holy grail for transition shades, I think. This is what it's going to be. And then we do have 2 highlight shades, which do not mistake these for like light setting matte colors. They are not. They don't look very glittery in the pan, but when you put them on, they're like the perfect inner corner highlight. Or I know Jaclyn uses them on her cheeks as well, which I think is great if you can pull that off with your skin tone. So I am going to just swatch a couple of these just for you right now. I don't want to swatch all of them because I will include a swatch video at the very end, but I will swatch a couple of these. I will say I have two cons, dare I say. The first con that I have is that the shade names are not actually listed in the palette, which I personally, for like everyday use, I really don't care, but if I'm talking to somebody about it, or, you know, using it in YouTube tutorials, or if Jaclyn or anybody else is doing a YouTube tutorial, it is a little hard to follow along just because you have to really know what shades you're talking about if they mention them in the tutorial. I think I will take this little card when I actually have enough time and decide it's worth it. I'm going to take the card and I'm going to cut the names out. As you can see, the names are like a pretty good size. So I'm going to cut the names out, and I think I'm actually going to put them into my palette, and I'm going to like put them underneath the palette myself, which is fine. Not a big deal. You know, you can go that extra step, but you also don't have to if you really don't care. Also totally fine. The other little gripe I have, as you can see, it's already getting dirty. I love this light color, but I am somebody who keeps my palettes in drawers, and especially big palettes like this. I mean, this is 35 eyeshadows. This is a big palette. I mean, it's like an iPad. It's a book. So I'm gonna keep this in my drawers, and because it is white, I've been like wiping it and cleaning it. I have heard that people have laminated this. I don't think I'm that extra, and I'm not gonna take that extra step to laminate it. But if you're someone that's like very into clean, pretty things, like I am, you're gonna be a little distraught when this starts to get dirty. But I've literally been keeping it in like the sleeve that it came in. One, because I was waiting to do a first impressions for you guys, but two, because I just like can't bear the thought of this getting dirty. But it's okay. Small price to pay. It's beautiful. Like stunner to like keep on your vanity. It's absolutely beautiful. So I don't have any gripes about that, other than it's gonna be a little hard to keep clean, but I'll survive.
So as I was editing this video, I realized that if I kept in the whole tutorial of me like playing with these eyeshadows for the first time on camera, the video was literally going to be 100 years long. So I did decide to edit that part out, but I will do a tutorial using this palette in a video coming up.
I almost never do my eyes before my face, and I only did it now because I just got home from work and my face was already ready. Normally I definitely wait until my eyes are done before I start doing my face makeup, so I am really pleasantly surprised that there's really no fallout from all the shadows that I use. And I mean, I used dark shadows, light shadows, glitter shadows. There was just like a little spot on my cheek from the cranberry, which is where I actually used my finger. So I think because I used my finger instead of a brush, that's why it had just a teeny tiny bit of fallout. But honestly, I just like brushed it away and it's totally gone. It's not a big deal. And again, I do think it's because I used my finger. So I think for this next piece, I am just going to swatch some of these for you. Some of the colors, some of like the more interesting colors. But of course, again, you will also get that full swatch video. I guess I just want to film my reaction to see how these swatch, because obviously they perform pretty good on my eyes. This is the final look. I'll let you guys scoot in. I mean, everything blended super nice. And yeah, they perform beautifully. So just like swatching the highlight, I just did one swipe in the pan, and look at that payoff. Like, that's insane. And just like, oh my god, like what? That, like, I'm blown away. Like, that's the very first shade in the palette. So that is in light. Like, that's absolutely crazy. And again, I just do like one swatch with my finger and then put it on, just to give you a comparison. Let's do a brush swatch right next to it. So again, one swipe in the palette, one swipe on my hand. Like, that's really intense for a brush swatch. And this is just the highlight. Like, this is the highlight I have in the corner of my eyes right now. Like, could you imagine what the rest of these are gonna swatch like? Because I can't. Like, I'm a little shook right now. Like, oh my god. Okay. Well, moving on. Let's just do some like fun colors. Let's do, there's one called Jax, which is a cranberry shade, which is like a matte cranberry shade. So one swatch and one swatch down my hand. It's pretty good. It's like a pretty like cranberry shade, and I'm gonna do one brush swatch right next to that. It's pretty cool. That's pretty good. Not quite as pigmented as that highlight, but that's okay. I ain't scared. That's fine. Still pretty good. And let's do a glitter. I'm gonna do like the purple, blue, and teal, and like maybe this other green glitter. And see how that goes. Oh, they're so soft. Like it's unreal. Oop. I didn't wash my hand good enough. Okay, so I've got these. Okay, so I've got these three. So the purple is Royalty, the blue is Twerk, which is super cute, and this one is Pool Party. So we're just gonna... Oh, stop it. That's beautiful. I literally cannot wait to get these colors on my eyes. That is gorgeous, and literally you touch them and they feel like butter, which is really cool. Let's also do Diva. Get one swatch of Diva. Like, that's one swipe. I'm not even like going back and forth. Normally when I do swatches, honestly, when I'm just like messing around with it, I go like back and forth and I rub it into my hand, and like these you don't even need to do that with. Like, that's bomb. Again, those were just a few swatches of the colors I'm most excited about. But of course I will post that swatch video at the very end. But overall thoughts on this Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I think it's really bomb. I think the colors are beautiful. I think the palette itself is beautiful. So far the quality has been great, and I don't have any gripes about it. Like I said, I absolutely love the color selection. This is like the ultimate travel palette. If you could like only take one palette for like a week-long trip, this is like absolutely all you need. I do appreciate that there's a lot of mattes. I do appreciate that there's a lot of glitter. So there's 35 shadows, and there's 2 like highlight shades, so I don't consider those as glitter. But then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 glitter shades, which is really cool, I think. And then obviously the rest are mattes, so it's split pretty evenly, I think. And I like that there's like a corresponding matte like category with all the glitters, so you're not like, oh look, there's like this beautiful green glitter, but there's like nothing to use it with. Well, no, you have Jada, and then there's like a darker green right here that you could use, and you know, there's like other mattes that you could use. So I like that. Even though there's funky colors in here, Jaclyn doesn't leave you hanging, which is cool. But then she also gives you options. Like, I can't wait to create some colorful looks with these. I think that this is going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, so overall, great value. $38, 35 shadows. We calculated it, $1.08 a shadow, which is really, really cool. I like the fact that this is like a sleek, pretty, nice palette. I do not love the fact that it's white, but you know what? I have a black Morphe palette too, and I have like other black palettes, and they get just as dirty. So honestly, it's like whatever color you get, like, we're makeup lovers. We touch things, we like play with them. They're never going to be clean anyways. So I do like the color scheme. Little gripe about the white, but that's okay, not a big deal. There is not a mirror in the palette, which is honestly fine by me, because I rarely use the palette mirrors anyways. I have a mirror that I travel with, and then I have like 3 mirrors on my table right now, so no mirror, that's fine, not a big deal. It feels pretty sturdy. Like, if I drop it, obviously I'm not going to drop it, but if I drop it, I don't feel like things are going to shatter. It obviously came in one piece, which is awesome. And yeah, so overall, good thoughts. I don't really have anything negative to say about it, and I think that it performed really well. I mean, you saw me play with it on camera. This is like the first time I've played with it, so you know, first thoughts, first impressions. So far, so good. Make sure to check out Jaclyn Hill's channel. I will link that down below. And as always, make sure to keep an eye out for the restock. I will link the Morphe website below as well. And I hope you enjoyed my first impressions, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And of course, if you did, please hit that like button and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!